got another one, baby.
We need backup.
Straight up entertainment.
I need the lawyer and the altar.
And that motherfucker that we all know and grow and love.
The lawyer and the altar. Back at
Y'all know who it is.
You know what I mean?
It's Hayes, bitch. Hey! Bullshit, goddammit. Jewels dripping like mayo on a cemetery.
Hey, yo! Welcome into the show. Fanatical Massholes. It's your boy, Mizzo, holding it down solo tonight. Peace and blessings to the multitude. We got a good show for y'all tonight. We're talking about Steph Curry, saying he's the greatest point guard ever. Shohei Ohtani, he tears his UCL and his elbow. We're going to get into the untold story of the Swamp Kings, Florida Gators, my reaction to that. Obviously, college football starts tomorrow. We're going to pick some games. You know what I'm saying? So we're going to get into it. We're going to have a great show for y'all. But before that, let's get into our sponsors. Looking to get a haircut, get cleaned up, go hit up the good fellas over there at Main Event Barbershop in 104 Chandler Street, Worcester, Massachusetts. Looking to get a plate. Go see my man Timothy Brunfield, Big Belly Barbecue. You got everything for you. Baked macaroni, lobster, whatever you want. Your finest cuisines, go check him out. You know what I mean? Don't spend no more money at McDonald's, Burger King. No disrespect to none of them. Get some good food. And you're trying to coordinate your outfits, get some different gear, go hit up the good folks over at My Tips. They'll take care of y'all. Make sure you go check them out. And as always, like, subscribe, share, comment. All right, let's get into the show. All right, first topic. Steph Curry was asked on the Gilbert Arenas podcast, does he think he's the greatest point guard ever? Let's listen to what he had to say.
Best point guard ever.
Yes. Yes. It's me and Magic. That's the conversation.
Yeah. Because as
All right. So basically, say, you know what I mean? Or him and Magic. So he thinks he's the best point guard ever. I like his confidence. I love his confidence, matter of fact. For him to say that, you know what? I'm the best that ever do it. Obviously, he's the leader. He's the leader in history of NBA in three-point makes. You know what I'm saying? He's got 4 championships, 2 MVPs, a Finals MVP to go with it, multiple-time All-Star. Why would he not think he's the best point guard ever? Excuse me. Here's my only thing. He's not the best point guard ever. It's Magic. So I'm going to answer that for him. It's Magic. Magic Johnson's the best point guard ever. Don't get me wrong. Steph's career, he averaged 24-6, 20, basically 25, 6 assists, 4 rebounds. That's okay for a point guard. But he's the scoring point guard. That's what he was. That's what Steph is. I'm sorry, because he's still playing. That's what he is. Magic averaged 19 and 11 and 7. Mr. Triple-Double was Magic Johnson. Basically invented the triple, not invented it, but he basically, he was the triple-double guy. You know what I mean? Him, Oscar Robinson. You know, obviously you got guys like Jason Kidd on here. I'll give you my top 5 point guards right in a minute, but basically just back to what I'm saying. Magic Johnson is the best point guard ever. His passing, the way he basically controlled the game. Steph doesn't bring the ball up. One, you know what I mean? Yes, he's a point guard, but is he really a point guard or is he a shooting guard? You know, I mean, again, I'm going to give him the point guard because that's his position, but I don't think he's the best point guard ever. Do you want to give him second best? You could. But some, if you want to play devil's advocate, not even that. If you want to really, some people might slide in Isaiah Thomas in there. Zeke averaged 19, 9, and 3. He averaged almost a double-double for his career in points and assists. You know what I'm saying? Like that's a great come on, man. That honors, that gives you status over Steph Curry to me. Isaiah Thomas and Isaiah Thomas was considered a scoring point guard, but he still averaged almost 10 assists. Obviously, John Stockton, double-double. He averaged double-doubles for his career, 13 points, 10 assists. You know what I'm saying? Now, he doesn't have any championships. He doesn't have any MVPs to go with it, but still, he's one of the greatest point guards ever. Definitely can't leave John Stockton out of this. Jason Kidd, 12 points, 8 assists. 6 rebounds. Again, triple-double guy. Controlled the offense. Brought the ball up. Traditional point guard. So if we're going to break it down to nowadays in the NBA, it's more positionless basketball, it seems like, you know? So maybe Steph doesn't have to be the point guard in this sense now. So if you're looking at this day and age, yeah, you're going to say he's the greatest. But if you look at the totality and the history of the game, no, it's Magic. It's Magic, you know? And I would honestly say Zeke 2, Steph 3, Jason Kidd 4, John Stockton 5. You know what I mean? And I'm sorry, I can't leave out Bob Cousy. I mean, Cousy had average 18 and 7. But again, I didn't see Cousy play. That was way before my time. I wasn't even thought about it. I wasn't even a speck in my dad's eye. You know what I'm saying? So I wouldn't know nothing about that. Not a damn thing. But so to me, yeah, Steph's not the greatest point guard. It's Magic. But again, I love his confidence. You know what I'm saying? Not even his confidence. He's making the case because Steph's creeping up there when it comes to overall players in the game, top 10. Steph is starting to creep in that conversation. I think if he gets another chip, he might definitely be in the top 10. I have him on the outside, just looking in about 11 or 12. That's where I have Steph at. But listen, a lot of people got him in the top 10, and rightfully so. I'm not going to argue with him. I'm just saying, in my opinion, he's around top 12 of all time. But Steph's there. You know what I mean? He's a trendsetter, too, when it comes to the game of basketball. Kids can relate more to Steph than they can to Magic. LeBron. You know what I mean? MJ, even Kobe. MJ was 6'6". Kobe was 6'6". LeBron 6'9". Magic 6'9". Obviously, Shaq, 7 feet. Steph Curry 6'3". Yeah, that's tall. Again, because the average height is about 5'9" or something like that. But that's not too far off for kids to think that, you know what, I could be like Steph. I'm going to shoot. I'm going to shoot it from the 3. I'm shooting it from the logo. Pulling up. You got to guard me as soon as we inbound the ball. Pick me up full court. Forget half court. Pick me up full court. Or I'm letting it go and this thing going to go in. Steph can be automatic from half court. He's got everybody else doing it. You've seen LeBron pull up from half court. We know Dame makes him from half court. You know what I'm saying? So Steph's definitely a trendsetter, definitely an influencer in the basketball game. Steph's name's going to always be talked about in the game of basketball. He's written another chapter when it comes to the game of basketball. He deserves all his flowers. But as far as the best point guard, I can't give him that. But again, can't knock him for saying that he is. Not at all. All right. Next topic. Reggie Bush suing the NCAA for defamation. Now, let's see why is he suing the NCAA for defamation. I mean, we obviously know why he's doing it, but here we go. Give me a second, y'all. Let me pull this up. Oh, let me pull this up. Oh, that's not it either. I'm bugging out here. Hold up. Let me get my stuff together. Let me get it together here. Bear with me real quick. All right, here we go. We got it. I had to pull out my notes. So Reggie Bush is suing the NCAA for defamation. Basically, he plans to file a lawsuit Wednesday. He's planning to file a lawsuit Wednesday at the Coliseum after NCAA spokesman said in 2021 that Reggie Bush was part of a pay-for-play arrangement with the Trojans. The lawsuit is based on the NCAA maliciously attacking his character through a completely false and highly offensive statement that was widely reported in the media and substantially and irreparably damaged his reputation. Bush's attorney, Levi G. McCurtain, and Ty M. Sheeks said in a statement per newspaper. Specifically on July 28, 2021, the NCAA falsely issued a statement to reporters that because of Mr. Bush's prior involvement in a pay-for-play arrangement, the NCAA would not consider restoring his collegiate records that he vacated in 2010, which subsequently resulted in Mr. Bush having to return his Heisman. The first player in history to do so. Within less than a day, this false statement was republished by no less than 20 different media organizations and circulated to readers all around the world. Okay. I'm going to say this. I don't know if he was in a pay-for-play. I haven't seen anything. I mean, I do remember, again, I'm I'm going vaguely about it because I don't know the exact details, but obviously we know what happened with USC, why wins had to be vacated because of improper benefits received by Reggie Bush. Believe something his parents got a house or something like that. So I don't think by them saying he paid for play, that was too far off. But he obviously, they said something for him that seemed disrespectful. You know what I mean? Or he took it where his reputation is irreparable. But at the same time, everybody knows this. I think your reputation is just fine. We know you won the Heisman, even though you had to give it back. We know Reggie Bush is a Heisman winner in 2005. They asked me who's a Heisman. Reggie Bush. They should give it. But he's right though. He should get his Heisman back. They owe that him back, and it's not because of the NIL deals now. They're all the players are getting now. It's just simply because, like everybody's saying, if that's the case and it was going on all over, then why? You know what I mean? Why take his away? No one else had to. You know what I mean? Why take his away? Reggie Bush deserves his Heisman back. He deserves his reputation. He does deserve his reputation restored, but I don't think it's simply because it got damaged simply because that spokesperson came out and said Reggie Bush is going to pay for play. I don't think that's what damaged his reputation. It's simply because back then they looked at it like everybody looked at the kids who took improper benefits or whatever was alleged to receive improper benefits as, I guess, cheaters. You know what I mean? And you look down on them. But at the end of the day, you're an 18-year-old kid. We've talked about things like this in the past episodes. You're an 18-year-old kid. I'm not saying I don't know if his family's struggling, whatever the case is. They offer you something. What kid ain't going to take it? What kid is going to say, nah, I'm going to do it right? Again, maybe there are some that isn't. You know what? More power to them. Respect. But I'm not going to knock a kid and his family who said, man, shit, let's get that house. Let me get that. Yeah. Should they have known that this could cause him, either draft stock or money down the road, or obviously his reputation and lose his Heisman? Yeah, they should have known that. But at the end of the day, that still don't mean, that kid shouldn't be judged on the fact that he did that. Reggie Bush shouldn't still be judged on that. So if his reputation is still damaged because of that, then people just need to I don't know, go find something else to do. We should not still be shitting on Reggie Bush because of that. You know what I'm saying? He deserves his Heisman. We know he wants the Heisman. Give it back to him, and that's really it. You know what I mean? But basically, I'm kind of, I kind of was wondering, but I'm kind of two ways on it where I don't think the person by what the person said damaged his reputation, because if that's the case, it was already damaged. It didn't take them saying that person saying that spokesperson saying that to have his reputation damaged. You get what I'm saying? I think it was already, I think if anything, and I don't know, honestly. If anything, it really just made Bush not a sympathetic figure, but made people understand. You trying to use Reggie Bush as scapegoat. No, Reggie Bush was not a pay for play, and if he wasn't the only one. You know what I mean? It was an improper benefit that he received. Whatever the case is, the wins was vacated. He gave back his Heisman, even though he should get his Heisman back, and the win should be restored too. Period. Point blank. You know what I'm saying? So hopefully Reggie Bush gets his Heisman back. Plain and simple. You know what I mean? With the lawsuit, I don't know what's going to happen with that. It might not go too far. But at the end of the day, give Reggie Bush back his Heisman. Period. All right. Shohei Ohtani. The big news came out the other day that Shohei Ohtani tore a UCL ligament in his elbow. He's not pitching for the rest of the year. He will bat. Now he's an impending free agent. What you ask, what does this do for his free agency? Well, the first question should be, we've lauded and given this man his flowers for being a two-way player who pitches and bats. I watched the game where he went out and shut the Tigers down. He was a complete game one hitter in a doubleheader game. So he went out the next game and he batted. He batted the first game after he pitched. Again, shut him down, went out the next game, batted as well. Shohei's a beast. You know what I mean? He's obviously Babe Ruth 2.0, maybe 3.0. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's doing his thing. But now he's torn his UCL. Should he continue to do it? I would ask that. As a team, again, pending free agency. If he signs with the Angels, as a fan, I'm asking, should he continue to do this both ways? Obviously, you want to say yes because his pitching numbers are great. His pitching numbers aren't bad. Let's look at his stats real quick. Give me a minute, y'all. Hold up. All right. Sorry, y'all. All right, so this season, his ERA is 3.14. He's got one complete game in 23, and so in 23 starts, he's 3.14 ERA. One complete game. He's got 167 strikeouts. And he's 10-4. It's not bad. It's not bad. Now, again, his team hasn't been in contention. Obviously, in hitting wise this season, he's 304, 44 home runs, 91 RBIs. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, he's a monster. So, yeah, you would say, yeah, keep pitching. But really, is it really going to be sustainable? Is this injury going to flare up again to where he might have to miss a season? You know what I mean? To where he tears something where he's going to need Tommy John and he's out for the whole season. That would be a concern for me as a fan of the Angels if he stays, or a team that could be possibly going to kind of sign him this offseason coming up. Obviously, I'm a Yankee fan. If you've been watching the show, you know I'm a diehard Yankee fan. I would love for my Yankees to sign Shohei Ohtani, but that would be a concern, but maybe not too much of a concern. Because with the Yankees, I just want to need his bat. Get on base. You know what I mean? Because he's a lefty. Get on base. And, yeah, man, tear the cover off the ball. You know? Either not set the table, because, yeah, you got to put him in the middle of that order, middle of the batting order. You know? Let him drive runs in because he can get on base. He doesn't just swing for the fences. He can get on base. He hits for average. That's what the Yankees need. At the end of the day, they don't just need a left fielder. They don't, or a left-handed bat as well. They need that. Those are the priority, but they need guys who just get on base. As a Yankee fan, again, I'm starting to drift off, but that's just how I feel. I want my Yankees to do good. I want them to get every player. So yeah, we're gonna get Shohei. Would it be a concern? It would be a concern going forward. I might tell him, focus more on hitting than pitching, because this is something that could possibly happen. But at the same time, if he's doing it at a high level, hey, let him go. Let him keep going. Let him keep going. So I don't think, and as far as his money coming up, again, he was projected to be $500 million guy. $500 million. 500. That was going to be the start. That was going to be the ground, around 500. You know what I mean? So, do you think he's still going to get that? Do I think he's still going to get that? As a fan of the game, I think he still will. Do I want my team, the Yankees, to give him that? That's a lot. That is a lot for a player. I don't know if I want him to give him $500 million. But listen, he's worth it. He's worth that and then some. You know what I mean? And he's earned it. Shout out to Shohei Ohtani. Again, he's going to still hit the rest of the season. He's just not going to pitch. So we'll see what happens. But do I think at the end of the day, do you think he's still going to get the same amount of money? He's going to get around there. 400 to $500,000. Do I think he's $500 million? I'm sorry. Do I think he should still pitch? Long run, probably no. Maybe let him go a couple more seasons and no. But, we'll see what happens. All right. Let's stick with a little bit of actually breaking news came in actually before we started the show. So the 49ers traded Trey Lance to the Dallas Cowboys for a 4th round pick. They're going to pay his salary for this season. It's about almost $1 million, 900,000. And they're also going to pay $5.3 million next season to the Dallas Cowboys. Why? One, I guess on both ends. You get a 4th rounder for him. You traded 3 first-round picks for Trey Lance. 3. Not 1, not 2, but 3 first-round picks for Trey Lance. And I think one of them is Micah Parsons. If I'm not mistaken, one of them first-round picks is Micah Parsons. That's crazy. San Francisco, for one, the 49ers, listen, they're a great organization. They're going to be a Super Bowl contender this season. But excuse me, they can be taken to task for this. They should be criticized and not let off the hook for this. This should be talked about for years to come. The biggest miss in the draft, in years, in decades, probably. This right here was one of the biggest misses. You know, again, Trey Lance only played 1 year of college ball at North Dakota State, and then he was hurt. When he had the job, he was about to get it last year, he got hurt. And now he's gotten beat out by Brock Purdy, almost Mr. Irrelevant, 7th round pick, and then he got beat up by Sam Darnold. And he was downgraded to the number 3 quarterback, number 3 quarterback, 3rd string. Now you have no choice but to trade him. But this is a failure. This is a failure by the 49ers. Even this trade ain't worth it. And again, you probably wasn't going to get much. If you got a third, it wouldn't have been good. The only way to make this trade worth it, or this draft pick worth it, if you traded for maybe 2 seconds. If you got 2 seconds and a third or something, okay, I could deal with that. And maybe a decent player, okay. But you got a 4th round, and then you got to pay some of his salary, all of his salary this year, and basically most of it next year, $5.3 million. Nah, dog. That's a swing and a miss. That's ugly right there. That's a bad hit. And the 49ers, listen, great organization, but for this one, y'all dropped the ball. 49ers fans, man, comment. Let me know what you think, because this is crazy. If I'm a 49ers fan, don't get me wrong. You got Brock Purdy there. He's doing his thing. You got a great team. You might not feel the effects of this. Definitely not right now. But still, I'm still tight. If it was tight-eyed, the game we normally play on here, I'm tight. Nah, there's no way. There's no way this is what you get back after you traded all what you traded to get this man. There's no way, man. Not a chance in hell. There's no way. That's crazy, man. That's absolutely crazy. But we'll see what happens. You know what I mean? I don't even know. And on the Cowboys side, what are you doing this for? What's trade? I don't. I mean, you got Cooper Rush. I mean, is Cooper Rush still on the Cowboys? I'm pretty sure Cooper Rush still on the Cowboys. Hold on a second. Let me look this up, because maybe I'm tripping. Hold on a second. Give me a second, sports fan. Because I gotta let's get this right here. Hold up. Hold on. Yeah, he's still there. So Cooper Rush is still on the team. Cooper Rush was, forget serviceable, he was good last season. He held the fort down for Dak and the Cowboys last season. The Cowboys, I should say. You know what I mean? While Dak was hurt. He held it down, did a good job. I think he lost 1 game. 1 game last season that he started in. Because I know they lost to the Bucks. He just didn't. He came in the game, but he didn't start it, so that don't count on his record. He lost 1 game, and that was to the Eagles. Come on, man. And you go get Trey Lance for what? That don't make any sense. No sense at all. Jerry Jones, I don't know what the hell you're doing over there. Cowboys fans, again, tight-eyed. I'd be tight. What? We don't need him. We don't need that. We don't need that at all. I think they need to solidify the running game a little more. Again, that's just me from where I sit, from my house. Solidify that running game. Tony Pollard, yes. He's coming off an injury. Can he be a workhorse back? Can he be that bell cow back that's going to, can power it and can get about 250, 300 carries? I think he can, but he's coming off an injury. He's coming off a lower leg injury. So you might want to take some off him. Go get some running back help. That's just me. I wouldn't have traded for Trey Lance. I wouldn't have did it. But, we'll see what happens. We'll definitely see what happens going forward. All right. So before we go, Shakira Richardson, this is what happened with her. So basically, she snubbed the reporter. She snubbed reporters, but only talked to the black reporters. Now, we really don't need to hear it. But anyway, she walked past them. She's telling everybody no thank you. So I don't know if y'all heard that, but she's quick, and then kind of showed a clip of her talking to him, and then she's walking by the other reporters and just saying, no, thank you, no, thank you, no, thank you. I don't know what this is about. I don't know if it was just, maybe she knew him, or I don't know what it is. But it looks, it's to the point where it's kind of like, and I know how they was dragging her through the mud. Listen, she won the world championships in 100 meters. She's going to the Olympics. Her comeback has been great. Her setback she had was minor to the major comeback that she's on right now. She's got a major comeback going right now. Respect to her. Definitely give her all her flowers. That young lady's doing her thing right now, busting ass out there on the track. The track, running track. So don't let anybody think nothing crazy. Running track, busting her ass. She's going to go to, where's it at in 2024? My bad, I don't remember. I forgot. She's going to go one of them places, and she's going to hold it down. I think it's France, Paris. Yeah, Paris. She's going to go hold it down. I believe in her. She's going to win some gold medals. She's definitely going to gold medals. You know what I mean? But I just think, I know what happened a couple years ago. She failed the drug test, and then she didn't make the team and whatever. She suspended, and she feels like they dragged her through the mud type. The media did. But if that's what this was, if she snubbed them because of that, it's kind of to the point where it's like, look, you got to move on. You know what I mean? You can't keep holding that in. Like, nah, let that go. You showing them they was wrong by what you doing right now. Like, you busting ass out there and smashing the game running. You're showing them, y'all forgot about me. Y'all discarded me, threw me to the trash like I was nothing. You don't even got to say nothing. You know what I mean? You could humbly talk to them and let them know. You know what I mean? Yeah, man, I'm talking to you, but y'all, I remember you, such, you did me like this. You said this and all that. You don't have to do what she's doing where she's kind of snubbing them. And that just makes you come off a little worse. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, you are a professional athlete. Listen, talk to them. You don't got to snub them. You know what I mean? Especially if it's on some, I'm basically trying to be vindictive. Again, I'm not trying to issue on her either. Like I said, I got none but love for Sha'Carri Richardson. I'm sorry. She deserves all her flowers. She's killing it right now. She's on top. Like I said, her comeback is major. Setback, but the comeback is major. You know what I mean? Flowers to her, but I'm just saying, don't do it. Don't do this, though. Don't keep snubbing them. And you know what I mean? Even if you said no thank you and you were smiling, still, like, come on. If you talk to one, you should talk to the rest of them, too. Give them a couple seconds. I told you. That's it. Yeah, I told you. And what you saying? I told you. I'm coming back. I told you. And walk off and spin off on them. Do it like that. You know what I'm saying? But what everything else you did, like, nah, that's to me, that's nah, man. That don't look right. You know what I'm saying? But like I said, shout out to her. Like I said, just be classy with him. You know what I mean? Not saying she's not, but you don't have to go out like this. The optics look bad. You know what I mean? Like, that makes it look worse where you're like, you're not talking to them, but you talk to one reporter. You know what I'm saying? And again, you see how they pointed out and they spent it in a narrative. And it might not even be like that because I'm not trying to spin it like that. They said that, but I don't want to keep saying it like that. Where they spent, she talked to the black reporter, but not the white reporters. Like, you know what I mean? I don't want to spin it like that either because I don't even think she was on it like that. And, but either way, you talk to one and not the other, it just, you know what I mean? And you might feel like, hey, they said something to me. They spin like, come on. You could say that to them and spin off. You don't got to snub them, you know what I mean, after you talk to that person. That's just me. You know what I'm saying? I'm not the athlete she is. But again, like I said, go ahead, Queen. Keep doing your thing. Keep representing, holding it down. We'll see you in the Olympics, where I'm confident you're going to take home a couple gold medals. You know what I mean? Definitely one in 100. I think she's definitely the favorite to me. Sure, for sure. That's hers to lose. But all right. Good topics. We'll be back after the break. I'll be back after the break. Yo, remember, like, subscribe, share, comment. Fanatical Massholes Show. Keep it locked.
I know them haters always listen, cold-blooded, they hissin'. Throwing hissy fits cause I'm hit or miss what they missing. She always missing the dick and she walk for fatty. Lil' Dicky,
Niggas better save that money, better save they life, cause the black night's coming. Mike Jack, Mike Jordan, cause the way I run it, either moonwalk or jump in, I'm a jammed in glove it. Peanut butter and jam in the stomach. She comes
Yes,
like
indeedy. Fanatical Massholes show right back at y'all. I almost fumbled the damn word. I did fumble the damn words. It's your boy Mizzo holding it down solo tonight. Again, peace and blessings. Thank you for y'all for joining me. All right, let's get into it. College football. Let's go. It starts tomorrow. It's week 0. I don't even know why the hell they call it week 0. Why not just say week 1? But anyway, I digress. We got a decent couple games. We got some, what do we got? 6 games tomorrow? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 games tomorrow. 7 games tomorrow. The big marquee, I guess it's a marquee game. The big game, the notable game is Notre Dame and Navy. Well, Navy and against Notre Dame, in Dublin, Ireland. You know, Notre Dame opening up 20-point underdog. This obviously leads me into my locks because, you know, last year we did the locks. We had the 5 locks. But bringing them back again this year. I'm definitely bringing them back. So we got Notre Dame minus 20 and a half against Navy. It's a lot of points, man. Even though I think Navy's got a new coach. Notre Dame's got a new quarterback, Sam Hartman, transferred from Wake Forest. I'm going Navy. I'm going to go Navy. I'm going to go Navy with the points. I'll take Navy with the points, man. I'm definitely going to take Navy with the points. And as a bonus, take the under. You know what I'm saying? Take the under. UTEP at Jacksonville State. Jacksonville State was a division. Well, it was FCS. Now they're FBS now, but basically Division 2, Division 1 AA, whatever the case is. They moved up in weight class. Shout out to Jacksonville State. Deserve your flowers. Hopefully y'all do your thing up here. You know what I mean? With the big boys. You know what I mean? UTEP is favored 1.5 points at Jacksonville State. I'm taking UTEP with the points. Could be close though, but I'm taking UTEP 1.5. UTEP's gonna get it done. Ohio at San Diego State. I'm taking Ohio. No, I'm taking San Diego State. I'm sorry. I'm taking San Diego State with the points. San Diego State is given 2.5. I'm taking San Diego State. Holding down. They're gonna do their thing. They might win by more than a field goal. They'll probably win by a touchdown. Hawaii at Vanderbilt. Hawaii comes inland. Play the Vanderbilt Commodores down in Nashville, Tennessee. Vanderbilt's favored by 17.5, though. That's the SEC. That's that SEC bias. I'm so tired of it. But I'm still taking Vanderbilt to beat them, to smash them. So Vanderbilt, they're going to cover the 17.5. I'm riding with the Vandy. I'm riding with the Commodores, baby. Let's go, Commodores. All right. Nightcap. Late night. Oh, not late night. It's not nightcap. 8 o'clock. USC hosts San Diego State. San Jose State, I'm sorry. San Jose State. USC is favored by 30.5. I'm very interested to see what and honestly, I'm not saying nothing new. What the a lot of people are interested to see is USC's defense. Will their defense be able to stop someone this season? Critical stops. We'll see. We'll find out. It's going to start tomorrow. We'll see what's going on. I'm taking San Jose State, though, with the points, 30.5. That's a big spread. That's a big spread. I don't know if USC's defense is there yet. I can't. I'm not a believer yet. I'm gonna do the trial and error. I'm gonna find out tomorrow. I'm jumping in with y'all blind, saying, "Yo, yeah, I'm taking San Jose State with the points." Obviously, I'm not taking them to win, but with the points, definitely. And the last game, FIU, Florida International University against Louisiana Tech. Louisiana Tech is favored by 10.5. I'm taking FIU, getting the points. It's getting 10.5. So we'll see what happens. Those are my locks. I would say don't do what I do. Yeah, don't do what I do. But I'm doing it. I'm riding with it. But do the opposite. You'll make some money. And if you made some money, whether you with me or didn't do or doing the opposite, still send me a little bit. You know what I'm saying? I'll put my cash up. You know what I mean? Hold me down. You know what I'm saying? Hold a brother down. You know what I'm talking about? But yeah, I'm excited for college football. It's back. You know, obviously next week we got the full slate of games. A lot of teams get in action. You know what I mean? We have to watch Georgia play UT Martin, Tennessee Martin. Again, I gave Dirt a hard time last week about Georgia not having a schedule, and I said I would back off, but I'm not. They got a horrible schedule. That's no, I'm saying they got an easy ass schedule. So they play nothing but cupcakes for the most part. And when they get in their schedule, cool. You know what I mean? But still, let me stop. I'm gonna leave Georgia alone. Let's go FSU though. Seminoles, baby. We'll see y'all next week against LSU. That's the big one. You see how we do, Georgia? See how we do? We play teams that are good right off the rip. We ready for. We jump in the fire. Y'all don't. Y'all don't. We're not gonna lose. Y'all don't. I'm saying, period, point blank. And again, like I said, the dirt, and I say it to my wife all the time. I stress this: Florida State Seminoles will beat the brake pads off Georgia. Period. You know what I'm saying? I'm sorry. I'm writing a check to the players like, yo, what you doing, bro? Nah, I got confidence in y'all. All right, let's get to. We'll see what happens with that one. All right. So, and if anybody got to watch the Untold series, man, that's a great series that they got going on Netflix, man. From whether it's the Manti Te'o, Johnny Manziel, Christy Martin, they got some great documentary, little movies inside the series on athletes, their inside story, things you didn't know about them. That's like, man, it's really intriguing and it's captivating. I'm starting to watch a lot more of them. But obviously, the one that everybody wanted to see was the untold story of the Florida Gators, Swamp Kings. I mean, honestly, if you were really looking for like juicy headlines and like, oh, yo, that's crazy, you didn't get too much of that. Really the one part, especially when it comes to Aaron Hernandez, the whole fight thing, nothing with anything else that he did, but the whole fight that he got into at the bar. Tim Tebow talked about it briefly, where the people were shouting racist comments towards Aaron Hernandez. It got crazy. Tim Tebow basically said, "Look, I should have took him out of there." I'm paraphrasing. I should have took him out of there. We should have left a long time ago. I handled that wrong. I'm sorry. And then things escalated. So that was really it when it comes to that. I mean, and then like I think the second year they talked about a lot of players getting arrested. I think that was one of them. But other than that, it was really mostly insights of what went on during the season. Basically, when Urban Meyer first went there, he made the players run every step in the stadium at around 4 or 5 a.m. And they had to change in the visitors' locker room. They had to earn their way to wear the blue and orange, too, and be in their own locker room. They had the mat drills, you know what I mean, on defense, where the guy basically lays on the guy to see if he can get up, you know what I mean? And he basically did that to see who would quit, who would leave. So, they went through a lot. Like he put the team through grueling trainings to see who was physical and mentally tough and physically tough to withstand the program that he was building in Florida. And then obviously his first season, he had three losses. You know what I mean? He lost to South Carolina. I forgot the other team he lost to. But that's when he recruited Tim Tebow, Brandon Spikes, Percy Harvin. Just a lot of, it's really just a lot of things that you might have known, but it kind of just gives you more insight to what happened. You know what I mean? And when Tim Tebow basically said the speech that he made after he lost to Ole Miss, he said basically just off the whim, man. You know what I mean? Like I went up there and said what I felt, and that's how I felt. And that's how I felt at the time. I'm sorry, y'all. That's how I felt at the time, and that's what happened. So yeah, it's basically just insight. So that was basically that's what I took from it. It was more of insight of things that happened that you might have known, but it kind of gave you a little more detail. It wasn't nothing where it was like where it was more salacious headlines or I always wanted to know that part. They didn't really give you that. That's not really what happened. Urban Meyer talked briefly about what led to him stepping down. He was, after that was I believe it was the 2009 season where they lost to Georgia. Alabama in the SEC championship. And he started feeling like the anxiety attacks and the chest pains, whatever the case is. And then he stepped down, came back, and he stepped down again for health reasons. So it gives you a little bit, and it was a quick insight. You know what I mean? Wasn't too much. You know what I mean? And the one thing though that he did talk about why he didn't kick players off the team when they was getting arrested and things that was happening because of one player, Avery Adams. So this is the one thing was like, oh, okay. Avery Adams basically was kicked off the team for domestic violence. Obviously, they're strong on that. They basically say it's zero tolerance on that. You do that, you're off the team. Kicked him off the team. He overdosed on drugs. Sometime after that, and that was kind of Urban Meyer's biggest regret. So he said he's never going to kick a player off the team again. He's not going to turn his back on a player. He's not going to kick him off the team. He's going to try to figure out a way to help this player. Get through it. We're going to work through it together. So that kind of leads you into his other jobs where things might have happened with players where he didn't kick him off the team and he stuck with the player. This is the reason why. So, yeah, that was the one thing. I'm sorry. That was the one thing where it led you to believe, okay, I get it now. That, you know what I mean? I get why he didn't do what he did or why people might have looked at it like he's allowing this behavior or he's not holding players accountable enough. You know what I'm saying? He was, but in his way, because he didn't want to turn his back on him. He didn't care what anybody else thought. So I respect him for that. I definitely do. You know what I mean? What else we got here? Yeah, and there was one player who talked about how he was ashamed of having to beat up players and humiliate them to get them to play well. I don't really know what that was all about. But yeah, it's just so yeah, it wasn't too much really insight into wasn't too much real crazy other than that the Avery Adams thing. But other than that, it was just kind of just give you deep details into their season. You know what I mean? Things that happen like that. Nothing real salacious, nothing too crazy that we probably already know other than the Avery Adams thing. So overall, but again, I like the series that this one right here. I like Untold period on Netflix, man. Y'all go check it out. It's a really good series. You know what I mean? So yeah, shout out to Florida. Shout out to Netflix. Shout out to Untold. You know what I mean? It's good stuff. Good series. All right. So now let's switch to a little bit of hip hop. So Memphis Bleek was asked about some comments about hold on 1 second, y'all.
Person. Connecting to iPhone 4. iPhone 4.
All right, so Memphis Bleek was asked about the state of hip hop basically with the youth. Here we go.
People saying there's a lack of inspo, creativity. Like, swear it's a lack of. I say it's a lack of creativity. I'm not gonna knock the young boys. I just feel they fell into a zone of following. In our era, you have to create new. You can't be the same. If you rhyme like Big L, you got crushed. If you rhyme like Biggie, you got crushed. You couldn't have two artists sounding the same. Hey, look, so people don't even put a baby picture on their album cover. Yeah, that's our era. Where today, all the kids sound exactly the same. They haven't lived life, man. They 22 years old, $20 million in the bank. They ain't been through nothing, so all they know is women, cars, jewelry, clubs. That's it. So that's all you can talk about. That's it. Gotta live life to talk about it. New generation, there's a lot of people.
All right. So you just what Meek Mill said. I mean, why I keep doing that? Memphis Bleek said, do I agree with him in a sense? Yeah. I mean, I don't know about them not living life. We don't know where they've been. These kids are probably all over the place, you know what I mean? But I don't know. And these kids probably been through a lot. There's a lot of kids who've seen more at 13 and 14 and some people at 70. There's some kids that have been through hell and back. Young men, young women. No matter the race, they've been through hell and back. And some people are 50, they ain't been through nothing that they've been through. So I don't know if that's the case. I just think the following part, though, it's just everybody wants to ride that one wave and not dare to be different. And that's never what music was. Music was always, yeah, I'm gonna sample or I like what this person's doing, and I might take a little bit, but I'm gonna be me. I'm gonna do my own thing. You know what I'm saying? Let's take, for example, Pink. If anybody remembers Pink, when she first came out, she was R&B. Most girls want a man with the bling bling and all that. But then she switched and did her thing where she's at now. And she's in her space, her lane. Respect. She's holding it down and busting ass doing what she's doing. I'm not saying she wouldn't have sustained the same career, but I like her chances now than what it was back then. You know what I'm saying? So, so that's kind of what he's saying, where you just stay in this box that the executives want you to be in. Make this type of music. Follow this dude. Cadence is the same. Instead of saying, nah, I want to talk about this, and I'm going to find that audience. I'm going to make this wave and make this thing pop. You got to dare to be different sometimes, young kids, young men, older men, whoever's in the industry. You got to dare to be different now. That's what they did. They dared to be different back then. Reached certain boundaries, did certain things. Everybody sounded different. Nobody's sound was the same. Yes, you might have sampled the music, sampled the beat, sampled the hook, but you put your own draw to it, your own twang to it, your own style to it. You know what I'm saying? And it's just not that now. It's just not it just sounds the same. You know what I'm saying? That's all I'm trying to say. It just sounds the same. And I'm not trying to knock none of these young kids. I'd rather them do this than be in the streets messing up, throwing their lives away. Respect. But he's right when it says it sounds the same. And it just, they all sound, they following, not following, but the fact he means, and to where I'm taking it, how I'm interpreting what he's saying, following meaning they're all trying to sound the same instead of saying, you know what, I'm gonna go my own path and I'm gonna do it like this. You know what I mean? I'm gonna make my own wave and sound this way instead of sounding like you and you and you and you and you. That's all I think he's saying. You know what I mean? But I agree with him. I definitely agree with him. All right. Some bozo stuff we got to talk about. Now we get to the bozo portion of the show. A teacher in Milwaukee. She's accused of basically having sex with a teenager. He was like 13 at the time when they met. They exchanged 2,000 text messages, 2,200 text messages, and then she bought him a Glock for his birthday. What the hell is going on? Like, why would you do something like this? Like, that's like, come on, man. Listen, if we're gonna drag again, everybody should be dragged through the mud. We can't champion this. You know what I mean? Like, sometimes we champion when the woman is the one. The woman teacher's having sex with the young kid, the young male. Again, as men, we've all probably had that dream. I want my teacher. You know what I mean? I hope my teacher comes at me like that. But at the end of the day, if you look at facts and reality, man, that's just not psychologically, man, that's going to damage you. And that's crazy. And then the fact that she bought him a Glock, like, what the hell you buying him a Glock for? He's 14 years old. Like, what you doing? Like, you don't enable that. You don't encourage that. You don't go do something like that. That's just plain crazy. So she's definitely a nominee for Bozo of the Week. Actually, yeah, she's definitely Bozo of the Week. If Sasso was here, Bozo of the Week. Definitely. She's gonna sit down for a minute. You know what I mean? She's definitely gonna sit down and do some time in jail for doing something weird like that. That's just crazy. You out of pocket for that. Like, come on, man. Like, we can't do stuff like that. Again, if it's not okay for men to do it to these young girls, it's not okay for these women to do it to young kids either. Again, as much as we all dreamt about it as kids, and we all like, yo, word, like it's a badge of honor, and still psychologically in the reality, man, you don't want that. You know what I'm saying? I wouldn't want that to happen, to my son, my nephew. You know what I'm saying? Like, nah, not like that. You know what I'm saying? Of course, you're going to back of your mind, again, the male alpha, you know what I mean? The meathead in us is like, yo, word, you with your teacher? You was getting in with your teacher? That's what's up, bro. Okay, clapping cheeks, your teacher's cheeks? Go ahead, bro. But at the same time, nah. And then again, buying him a Glock, like, what are you doing here? What are you doing to this kid? What are you doing? Nah, she's out of pocket, all the way out of pocket. All the way the hell out of pocket. All right. We close out this show. Let's see. All right. One quick thing. We got to shout out Bronny James. They basically said his cardiac arrest was caused by a heart defect, congenital heart defect. They said he's expected to make a full recovery. We don't know when he might. So he might not play this season, but he might come back next season. Again, speedy recovery to Bronny James. Hope he gets back on the court soon. Because he looked good. I seen him in high school games and the USC team, the junior team, whatever the case is. Hope to see him on the USC court soon. I really do. And then one more rant for me. Shoot, man, my Yankees, man, they lost 9 in a row. To tie it. They actually they were the last team. I'm sorry, they had the longest streak without losing 9 in a row. 40 years they went. 1982. When I was born, the year I was born was when last time they lost 9 games in a row. That happened this week. Culminated this week with a loss to the Nationals. The Nationals. Sasso's Nationals. The Nationals? Oh, come on. Well, you know what I mean? Like, then they almost won. They could have lost 10 in a row, but Judge comes out, hits 3 home runs. Okay. But then they lose the next day. They won tonight. They beat the Rays. But Yankees fans, listen to me. They're not going to get hot. But if they do decide to get hot, this is not what we want. No, I don't want my team to lose. I don't want my team to be trash. But at the same time, I'm afraid if they win, somehow they miraculously go on a run and somehow sneak into the playoffs. That means they're not going to fix the issues that are going on with them. Even though Brian Cashman has said it's been a disaster, we have to look inside of us, the organization, by us, but that's what I mean, and we have to make some changes. I still don't think they would if they somehow get hot, go on a run, and get into the playoffs. I think they'll say, okay, we you know what I mean? We just started off slow. Judge is hurt. We had injuries. If we keep these guys healthy, we'll be all right next season. No, hell no. Changing to be made. Get a damn left fielder. Get a left-handed bat. Reliable left-handed bat. Get guys that can get on base. Stop this swing all or nothing. Swing for the fences or strike the hell out. No, we don't want that. That's not baseball. That's not what we grew up on. That's not what I grew up loving. That's not what made me love baseball. Get on base. Get the guy in the scoring position and drive him in. If you hit a home run, awesome. But if not, single, double is awesome. You know what I mean? Put the damn ball in play. And I just think they're waiting. The bullpen, I think the bullpen is spent right now. Tommy Canley, they were up 3-1 yesterday on the Nationals. With who pitched? Johnny Brito. He pitched, and he did okay. Tommy Canley comes in and gives the game up. They lose 6-5. I think the bullpen is spent. And I think every time this season they get to this point, the bullpen is spent because of the stupid analytics that basically you want to burn his bullpen out. At the beginning of the season, they're great. But by the end of the season, I feel like the kinks start to show and the bullpen starts to wear down. That's just me from where I sit. And I have the MLB package. I watch the team every day. That's what I'm seeing. Like, we got to get back to forget these analytics. Let these starting pitchers go a little longer and save the bullpen for this time. Save the bullpen for this time. Let the pitchers build up some scar tissue or whatever the case is so they can go a little bit longer towards the end of the season. You know what I'm saying? Let them go a little bit. You know, like, man, forget the pacing. You know, like, it's crazy. It's crazy. I'm disappointed with this season. I don't know what the hell's going to happen next season. I don't. You know what I mean? I hope that they really make the change that they say they're going to make. But I'm definitely disappointed this season, and that's really, I don't think I'm going to have any more Yankees rants, man. It's just football time. Let's go, Commanders. Let's go, college football. We will see y'all next week. Remember, like, subscribe, share, comment. Thank you to our sponsors. Main Event Barbershop, 104 Challenge, Worcester, Massachusetts. Timothy Brumfield, the Big Belly Barbecue. We'll see him at the Caribbean Parade this Sunday, August 27th. Y'all go check it out, y'all in Worcester. I'm definitely going to get me a plate. And my tips, get fresh, get fly. You know what I mean? Get your gear right. Go check out the good fellas at My Tips. Yo, it's Mizzo, Fanatical Massholes Show. Y'all keep rocking with us, man. We love y'all. We out. Peace.
Oh shit, goddamn it.
Okay, release the lawyer.
God damn it, I be corn whip ass cannon. I pull your car like Gambit double-handed. We drip sauce like man, which can you manage? Me and Hayes swag surf the coast of the Atlantic. I'm lifted, I meant the Pacific just to be specific. I know them haters.